Now, he has given away the secret of work. What is the secret of work in this entire paragraph? Okay. So he says, there arises a difficult question in this ideal of work. Intense activity is necessary. We must always work. There is no doubt about this. We cannot live even a minute without work, actually. Even the body, the prana, it's all working continuously. So then he says, what becomes of rest? Rest kaun karega? We are so busy resting, we have forgotten to work also. Here is one side of the life struggle. Work in which we are whirled rapidly round. काम continuous work. कभी rest मिलेगा ऐसा लगता है. People who have worked continuously will know this. And here is the other, a calm, retiring, renunciation, everything is peaceful, there is very little noise, nothing is going on, nature with the flowers, mountains. थोड़े टाइम में ना मेंटल हो जाएंगे हम 100%. एक दिन 2 दिन वो भी मेरे को डाउट है. I really doubt that any of us can last for even 2 days without work. No books, no mobile, कुछ नहीं. The birds are chirping, so beautiful, no? The mountain, better rain, no friends, nobody, just sit alone. Not possible. Go and sit in the cave, not possible. Why? I want to do something. It will come to us. So it's not a perfect picture. When you look at Vivekananda, what he taught his monks was that you have to serve society. First, you have to learn, you have to renounce, you have to get the self-control and discipline, and then you have to go around teaching people. You have to preach, you have to teach, you have to share what you learned, you have to serve, whatever you can do, you do. But you have to do something. As a monk, you cannot sit and say, I'm meditating 24 hours. It doesn't work. In their mission, it doesn't work. They have to work. Work is worship for them. They have to work. Something or the other they should do. Whatever they can do is fine. And of course, plus they have to do their meditation, their chanting, their learning, and etc. उसके ऊपर से जो little time is left work. So they don't preach much of resting and sleeping. Vivekananda himself went and asked to Ramakrishna for blessing that when Ramakrishna was almost on his way out, that time he went and spoke to him and said, bless me that I'll be enlightened. He said, shame on you. Shame on you for being so selfish and asking for your personal enlightenment. You have so much ability, so much knowledge, go out and do the work. There is no other enlightenment. Imagine. And we are sitting on a couch and thinking, I will be self-enlightened. Kabhi nahi hoye. Kabhi nahi hoye. We have to work, and then maybe something will happen. Work is not only digging the, sand or the mud or making a building. That is only not work. We feel काम है ना मजूरी करना काम है. ऐसा नहीं, वो भी काम है. Kitchen work भी काम है. Office जाना भी काम है. बैठे रहना भी काम है. कौन करता है काम? मन. When we are sitting idle, the mind is doing 100 times more work than the body can do. Who can see this? The wise can see this. That's where we come to the next. I will tell you that. So this perfect picture is not a perfect picture. It's good for postcards and photos. I had gone to this calm, serene place. Okay. Status, whatever you put. Best. But उसके बाद चुपचाप घर पे आओ और काम करो. Doesn't work. We will only go mad otherwise. Nothing else. So a man used to solitude, if brought in contact with the surging whirlpool of the world, will be crushed by it. Yes, even the village girl, okay, coming from the village, okay, she is so used to the streams, the well, the water, and the mountains and the fresh air. If you bring her to a city suddenly, which is so crowded, take her to a crowded mall and all these places, she will feel that I want to go back to the village. And it is correct. It is correct because she doesn't know what to do here. She's not brought up like that. So imagine the fish is taken out of water. They will start, getting frustrated because of the upbringing, because of the way the person is so used to the silence and the different lifestyle. Suddenly, so many people, nobody talking to each other, very much city life. We've all gone through this. When I first came from India to UAE, I felt I was locked in four walls, no neighbors talking to anybody. It took me quite a while to understand, okay, this is the culture. Huh? Nobody talks to anybody. Even if we go and talk, they may reply or they may not reply. Initial, I'm saying. When I came 2006, nobody's talking. I thought, okay. Then I started writing. It was good for me because I had to express. And nobody, children are out, spouse is out, full day, sham tak free. How much kitchen work to do for small children? How much cooking we can do? How much to eat? Not possible. How much to clean? Not possible. Too much energy. Started writing. That was the gift, I could say, that which I wanted to do and I couldn't do because I never got that solitude. I was too busy in India, meeting people, relatives, no time. And then when I came, I had time and I utilized the time. And then, of course, I made friends and it all happened eventually. But initial 1 or 2 months, I didn't know what to do. So this happens to everybody. And then slowly you make your place and you start doing something. That is the strength, the will of a human being. Then, unlike a fish, of course, we are not fishes, we are humans, we have the will. I didn't say, I want to go back to India. No. I have come here, I will find my way. I will find my way how to go about. No relatives. And that time it was not easy. Mummy, this happened. No mobile. It was Yahoo Messenger. My mom didn't have a laptop. She didn't have a desktop. She didn't have anything. And phone was too expensive. So then what to do? No talking also. Bas. Then I thought, okay, I will start writing. I will get into my poetry and get into something, whatever I can write. We can do. Then I decided, I brought a treadmill. I started doing my exercises. So everything we can do. We have to find our way. That is a human being. We don't have the option of giving up. Okay? Strength high. Now, imagine, can a man, as exactly, I was used to the turmoil and the rush of life and come to a quiet place. I had to find something to do. And I was young. It is not like, okay, I'm old now, let me retire. Aisa nahi tha, na? That was not the age to retire. There is no retirement, by the way. Anybody who feels that I will retire, there is no retirement from work. Till the last breath, pray to the Almighty that you will be on your feet working, not dependent on anybody. In some work, okay, if due to some reason something happens, then sitting, I will work. But I will not stop my work. This should be the will of a human being. I will contribute. I will do something for society. I will do whatever I can do. This is the will of human being. Then the ideal man is he who in the midst of great silence and solitude finds the intensest activity. And in the midst of the intensest activity finds the silence and the solitude of the desert. First part, we will not understand unless we have, gone through that solitude and silence, and in that we have found some work to do, which is very intense. Has to be intense work, because all other works will not give us satisfaction. Next is, this is the challenge in the midst of the activity, silent inside. Very difficult. 10 guests are coming today for lunch and dinner. Do this, do that, do this, do that. This is the house scene. Office, extra work today. 10 files to complete. Oh my God, this happened. I have so much work. Arey baba, relax. जितना उछल कूद करेंगे उतना कम काम होगा. This Vivekananda said in another book, I read that. He said, the more jumping around. We are here and there, excited and stressed and everything and worrying. Less work will be done. Stress, external and internal both. There are some people who will not show any extra. I'm very calm, I'm very cool, but inside phat raha hai. Dimag. Their brain is blowing away due to stress, but they're not showing it. No, he is saying relax and you can do more work. And the more stressed and hyper you are, you will end up doing less work. Now, this is very strange because we feel if you are hyper and active and rajasic, we can do more work. No. If you check the amount of work done, you will see that the person who is calm can get more work done. This is a challenge. You can check with your own self. The day you're relaxed, the day you're calm, you will see that all your work got done like this in a jiffy. Jaldi ho gaya kaam. Kyun? Man shant. And man hyper. Mind is hyper. I'm not able to finish any work that day. And it could be like 1 hour job. And 3 hours I'm going round and round. Not able to finish. Why? Mind is restless. So very clearly he says that this is the balance we need to bring. He says, it's not written in this, I wrote it from somewhere else. Lesser the rajas, better the work. Now we don't agree with this. We say to work, we need rajas, rajasic energy, passion for work. But he says, lesser the passion, better the work. And I am just quoting him, okay? And I just copied it. He said, calmer we are, we can do more work. So rajas is the activity, that's the quality of nature, okay? Prakriti. In the next chapter, it will start with that. There is rajas, tamas and sattva. Sattva is the balance. Tamas is non-movement, inertia or stoppage, whereas rajas is movement. Okay? Movement will be done by Prakriti. Why the mind needs to be so hyper? Very calmly, action will be done utilizing rajas from nature only. There is no other way. But with a calm mind, more work can be done. So think about this. He says when we let loose our feelings, energy is wasted. This is the sixer. When our energy is loose, hyper, stress, worry, tension, energy is zero. No Shakti. And shatter our nerves and disturbs our mind. When we let loose our feelings, energy is wasted. It shatters our nerves and disturbs our mind. Gaya, all hormone imbalance. Next, he says calm, forgiving, equal, well-balanced mind. That is the mind that does the greatest amount of work. What is required for greatest amount of work? Calm, forgiving, equal, स्थित प्रज्ञा, ये जरूर, शांत, बहुत काम कर सकते. So understand that this is the trick that he is trying to teach the karma yogis. Shant, andar shant, upar sab action chalu. Now, the most important part he comes to is, he says this person has learned the secret of restraint. He has controlled himself. Controlled himself means what is controlled? Work is going on. What is controlled? The mind, which is going loose. Tension, ye, wo, done, pata nahi kya. Usme pura energy is wasted and work is not done. What a waste. Imagine. Then he says, he goes through the streets of a big city with all its traffic, his mind very calm. And as if he is in a cave, where not a sound could reach him, he is intensely working all the time. Inside calm, externally lot of work. And then that is the ideal of Karma Yoga. And if you have attained to that, you have really learned the secret of work. So this whole paragraph speaks about that, where we have to work intensely, hard work, mind calm. And when the Gita says action in inaction and inaction in action, chapter 4, 18th verse, 4.18, action in inaction, inaction in action. So Krishna says the wise man, the Buddhivanta, the wise man is one who sees action in inaction and inaction in action. Now this is very confusing. So we'll break it into two, okay? Seeing action in inaction. How? Examples, okay? Action in inaction is, somebody says, I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to sit on the sofa today. I'm going to relax. Now, wise person will see that person, okay? And know that in that inaction, action is happening. How? They are either watching a movie or they have the mobile and they are doing the finger business. Relax, huh? This is relax, okay. Inaction, I am not going to do anything, okay. But this you're doing, na? This you're doing. And people say, I'm doing fasting. Fasting is, it's by itself a twisted thing, okay. Fasting is what? Not eating, right? But I'm doing not eating. In quote, I'm doing not eating. This is how we say. How is it possible? In Hindi we say, मैं उपवास कर रही हूँ. अरे कैसे कर सकते हो जो करना नहीं है? Upvas is not eating. कैसे कर रहे हो? How are you doing it? So it's all very funny. So then you need to understand that. So the wise man can see that in that not doing, they're doing so much also. Still, Mom, I want a break. Okay. Break from what? Study. What are you doing? I'm relaxing. But they're not relaxing. They're busy doing something. They're not even sleeping actually. They are either chatting or writing or thinking or daydreaming or some action is going. So the wise is one who sees action in inaction. This happens in an ignorant person who says, I am going to relax, but actually they're not relaxing. Who sees wise man? Who does ignorant man? Okay, now the other part. Inaction in action. This is very challenging. काम चालू है. Lekin the wise man can see that there is no action actually happening. It's just happening. This person is not doing anything. So there is inaction in action. But an ignorant person cannot do that. Understand the difference. A wise person can only do that. Wise person can see himself in action, but not in action. Doing the action, but in inaction. Why? No doership. There is no doership. Zero doership. They know Prakriti has its own gunas. The gunas are promoting the work. I am just the witness. I am not doing anything. So even if action is happening, there is inaction. This is a little bit of a googly by Krishna. And it is a challenge, but this you need to understand the clarity where it comes from. Only a wise man can see both, first of all. Okay? Action in inaction and inaction in action. Only a wise man can see. Okay. One will be done by an ignorant man and one will be by a wise man. In an ignorant man, there cannot be inaction at all. Inaction to action ही होगा और inaction में भी action होगा. Very clearly. So he will be always doing action, doing action. So there is no inaction for an ignorant person. Even if they are sleeping, they will say, I am sleeping. So then that is also they're doing something. Eating, sleeping, I am doing. Sab karta, karta, karta. This is ignorance. So they can never be doing any inaction. Even in their inaction, they will be doing some action. So then understand one thing, that first we need to increase our knowledge, improve our knowledge and become wise to see all these things. Quickly we'll finish the last paragraph. It's just a summary of the whole chapter. He has just summed it up totally, and there is nothing much to understand. He says very clearly, initially we'll always have that, okay, for this I will do this, for this. But slowly, slowly, by doing it persistently and being in the knowledge that, okay, I should not focus on the fruits, I should, listening to the jnana also, slowly, 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 we melt, the selfishness will melt in the persistence. So continuous. Then you'll forget, oh, today I was supposed to take salary, I forgot. Why? Because you are not working for the motive anymore. Persistent work. This will help us. And the selfishness will slowly go, become selfless over a period of time. He says we may all hope that someday or the other, as we struggle through the paths of life, there will come a time when we shall be perfectly unselfish, totally selfless. And the moment we attain to that, all our powers will become concentrated. Imagine. And the knowledge which is ours will manifest. This is the biggest fruit that anybody can get, actually. But this is hard work. So next time we will take the second chapter.